Welcome back to the DLC of Captain Toad. So now we're done that. Then we're going to do boost spotting at Shadow Dam. Yeah.
Ooh.
Spoopy.
We also have these
Or
others, but
minecarts. Oh, I guess minecarts all that's left for
No,
this.
I'm pretty sure Pedro is going in order.
there you go. So yeah, once again, using two headlamps makes it easier to defeat ghosts.
If only Luigi knew.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
Luigi's
no,
round 3. This time he brings
I
3.
think he's okay with the vacuum cleaner.
Luigi's Mansion 2 actually has a co-op but in his multiplayers, I think.
Yeah.
but never the single player because he's always sent in alone.
Well, like I said, who knows? Maybe in 3 there is a co-op with Professor Egad. I mean, he's the one who originally used the Poltergeist 3000.
Maybe.
So, 3000.
Alright, let's get going. Let's see.
Of course, for those who don't have co-op, there's always the double cherry, as you can see Pedro's using.
Yeah. Well, without the co-op, well, it is still technically possible to clear these levels without using either co-op or double cherry, but it's definitely not how the level is meant to be played. But if you're feeling brave, it is possible. So if you feel like challenging yourself, it is possible.
It also has a similar mechanic to Luigi's Mansion, also I've seen in the previous part, that as soon as you get into the section of a level, the ghost spawns at the same time, they start hunting you, but when you eliminate all of them, the lights in that section turn on.
Huh. Interesting.
In this case, from these bonfires.
There you go.
It's nice that they stay on.
Sure, they're using Hollywood logic. So a room will be always lit with all 100 candles for no reason, and you will not ask questions about who lights all those candles all the time.
Usually because it's haunted.
Yeah, the double cherry thing reminds me of that video that I saw where Mario ate a double cherry and then he walked off the edge of the cliff. The clone pushed the real one off the cliff, and now there's
Well, yeah, with countless images and memes have been known about it, including Metal Gear parodies, because get it, cloning.
Wow, even Metal Gear parodied the double cherry? I actually didn't know about that.
It's an easy one, Jova. It basically starts with Mario taking the double cherry and says 20 years later, and it recreates a spoilery scene from MGS4. So, yeah.
Cute.
A cherry to surpass Metal Gear.
Jesus.
Now I'm imagining Luigi singing Snake Eater.
Almost kind of ashamed that the double cherry isn't an item in Smash Bros. Ultimate.
That would be jeez. That would make things a bit complicated. I mean, Java, already we have so many different variables between Kirby's copying abilities, Ditto copying abilities, some different items altogether. So yeah, introducing something in Double Cherry for all those 70 plus character models, just for the playable characters. That's not counting potential other variables like the assist trophies. It will be a nightmare even for poor Sakurai.
Well, I don't want to imagine that.
I mean, I would say it's possible. I don't deny that it's possible. I'm just saying that it will be too much trouble for its own good.
Remind me, does Ditto actually sometimes take on the form of assist trophies?
Not that I remember. I think it's only...
Ditto only does
it functions kind of like as an item. You throw it at your enemy and Ditto assumes his or her form.
Yeah. Boing.
Alright, should be smooth. So,
yeah,
crap.
You were saying...
There's always one. Oh, okay.
Or a dozen.
There we go.
Of course, even
as long as we're kept in track.
Of course, even the big ones fall to the light.
I mean, it's the laws of the booze. The words of a paranormal and afterlife in the Mario universe are weird.
Yeah.
They are a bit, yeah.
I mean, especially considering that stuff like Super Paper Mario introduces other different stuff like the underwear. Yeah, so that name is intentional.
Mm-hmm.
Well, Tim...
Everything in that game is intentional, and it's disturbing.
Oh yeah, how about Hooktail, everyone? She'll let you smell her feet if you let her live.
All right, should be
And
fine.
no, that's not a fetish joke, folks. That's actually what happens in the game.
There you go. Turns out that plant was a
It was
trap. The boos are getting... Holy crap, Tail. The boos are getting smarter. They're making traps now.
Well, they kind of always have been like that, at
They're
least ever since
learning.
Mario 64.
They're becoming velociraptors. Like,
We can think.
Now, it makes you wonder, what did they ever do with that piano?
I don't know. Oh,
there we go.
cash and the gem. So you got all
Finally, all the Chaos Emeralds in this area have been collected.
three. There you go.
And we also added all the torches.
Which means...
The level is 100% complete.
You just need the crown. Yeah, there you go. I wonder what I didn't read what was the bonus objective for this one.
You only know the bonus.
Lit all the fires. There you go.
You never know the bonus objective, Teo, when you first enter the level. It's kept a mystery, and if you complete the level, you need to complete the level at least once in order to see it on the book. But
Okay.
the first time you do it, it's a mystery.
Oh,
but
boy.
usually when you eventually get into the hang of this game, it starts becoming easy to predict which might be the objective. But go ahead, Dwebs, you were saying.
Toad has amazing. He's able to make things lift from his hand.
Well, toads have been canonically pretty strong ever since Super Mario Brothers 2.
Yeah,
the
they
American
can
version.
lift the turnips.
I was
Yeah.
going to say which one, Joe?
The American one, like I said. Basically, in the American version, Toad is the strongest character in that game.
But I think it compensated by having the
Slowest.
He has the weakest jump.
Yeah, the weakest jump and the slowest movement. I think it's basically the powerhouse.
I'm pretty sure Peach was the slowest.
Yeah. Peach is the one that's actually slowest to actually.
Oh, okay.
Woo!
It's a good thing when this minecart suspended on freaking lava is surviving the heat.
It's a good thing it doesn't fall back towards into the lava and goes up like a roller coaster. You know, this almost looks like a throwback to Bowser's Keep from Mario 64, but it's also a throwback to Bowser's Keep from Super Mario 3D World.
Well, ever since the Galaxy games, Koizumi loved to be referential to Mario 64, so that wouldn't surprise me.
Oh yeah, especially with Odyssey.
Well, technically, Teo, it started with Galaxy 2 because Galaxy 2 has the throwback Galaxy, which is literally
So
Bob
long,
on Battlefield,
suckers!
I
Womp's,
think.
no, Womp's Fortress actually.
Oh, Long
Get
Sword.
the Chaos Emerald! Get the Chaos Emerald!
Damn it.
Ow.
I probably mentioned it already when we commented on the Wii U version. This would have been perfect. It's very similar to Pokemon Snap. It would have been, oh, jeez.
Oh, missed it again!
Oh.
It would have been perfect for Pokemon NX Pokemon Snap.
Like, get the
Sorry.
fuck out.
Shoot, 2 shots at that Chaos Emerald, then we missed it. Well.
It became a tradition from this team too. Galaxy 2, we had the Womp's Fortress level. In 3D World, we had basically a level that was basically a throwback to the original Zelda with the top with the
Top-down
top perspective and everything. 3D World, hold on. 3D World had the Mario Kart throwback level.
Yeah.
Okay.
With
well,
a remix of the tune and everything. All right, so which one? We'll go double. Oh, and they all.
Wake up.
I don't.
Yellow, I don't know
I'm-
why we
I-
pay
Are you enjoying yourself?
I'm starting to think Yellow Toad suffers from extreme narcolepsy. I mean,
Okay,
Also-
Yellow.
I mean, seriously, I have yet to see that Toad awake.
You know, if any Toad should have been replaced, it should have been him for Super Mario Brothers U Deluxe. He's the lazy one. Poor Blue.
Oh wait, isn't
No
Blue?
respect at all.
Wait, is it? Well, technically, Jova, the Blue Toad from the new Super Mario Brothers games is not. Oh, where is
Where
the
is-
crown? Where could it be?
Ah,
Toadette is not really impressed.
she prefers the Super Crown, which makes her Peachette.
Yeah, I'm guessing that's probably possibly the ending.
I think it's just
Cocoa Metal Down.
Cocoa Meltdown. Actually, it's the food
Yeah,
level.
silent. Yeah.
It's
You
but
know, there's a lot of levels themed around fire and melting, and it's something I did not need.
So it's still based.
okay, then Shira, here's a food level then.
Yeah, it's not based
Well,
around the
be
Luncheon
careful.
Kingdom, actually.
Well, be careful though, Sheree, because there's a lot of
Oh.
hot buds. That's steaming
It's
hot.
hot chocolate.
Yeah.
I'm so sorry about you in that heat wave.
What about me, Jova? I'm in.
Well, yeah, Drews, but you didn't pass out from it.
Also, Greaves, you're expandable.
Oh, well, thank you.
Oh, dang.
Sorry.
No, that should be my epitaph. I'm expendable.
No, that's not funny enough, Dibs. Your epitaph should say,
Anyway.
instead of "I'm expendable," you should say, "Nah, that's okay. I'm expendable. Don't worry." Anyway,
Interesting way to use the. Oh, and you can raise those platforms in case of emergency. It reminds me of
every time you
the-
every time you touch those blue candy platforms, they rise
you can
up.
stay up.
Okay,
It reminds me a bit of the tomb levels from Crash 3.
You know, with stuff like
Hey, actually.
with stuff like this, the stage builder in Smash Bros. Ultimate, and soon coming up Mario Maker 2. Am I the one who really wishes that there were something like a stylus for the Switch? Like, I'm just not someone who likes to track my finger on there because Fingerprint Avenue I do not like.
Well, Joe, but you still have your Wii U stylus, right? Just use it there.
That one
It
should.
doesn't seem to work on the Switch for some reason.
Well, in that,
Properly.
It's a different kind of stylus, and I can't remember quite what the name is.
Also depends
Yeah.
on the touch screen itself. Some touch screens register inputs from different type of stylus, while they may not from other ones altogether.
Yeah,
I
like,
believe
well,
it's the same one that you use for
Well, Jova-
phones and such, where they have the
yeah,
soft
those
things.
types.
well,
Yeah.
Jova. Now that Dreams is almost here, maybe someone will recreate some of these levels.
Well,
Hold
from what
on.
I hear, apparently you can make almost anything in Dreams, even an Ace Attorney game.
Yeah, there are people making RPGs on it for Christ. Well, no, it's
They should.
Hey, hey, that means that Dreams will give us plenty to commentate on when it comes out.
The theme song for that should have been, "Sweet dreams are made of these."
yeah.
Actually, it's funny, Dreams, because it
Oh
was
my
actually.
god, maybe
it
somebody can make a new Knights game
I
from that.
remember that song, sort of remix of that song, Dreams, was made for a PlayStation spot, actually.
Yeah.
So it's not too far off.
Neat. But yeah, seriously, somebody can make a new Knights into Dreams game with that, it sounds like.
Hopefully, that's disorienting.
You think you're so smart? You do it yourself. You make it yourself. But anyway, yeah. So basically, as you can probably guess, yeah, the crown is in that big block in the sky.
It's surrounded by power blocks.
Yes.
And there's one of the Chaos
Where the two
Emeralds.
gems are.
But yeah, 3D World had the Mario Kart throwback level. Captain Toad has the Donkey Kong, and by that I mean the original 1981 arcade Donkey Kong game throwback level. And Odyssey's just full of them.
Well, including the secret world, so yeah.
Well, yeah, we have the entire Mushroom Kingdom from 64. Yeah.
Yeah.
You got the Mushroom Kingdom from 64. You got the throwback to the original Donkey Kong game in New Donk City during the New Donk Festival.
Yeah.
Yeah. Hell, even the fact that in some section Mario has to go like link between worlds and slide
Yeah.
into the wall, which translates into the classic 2D sprites. And every
Yeah.
single sprite changes and every single model changes depending on what the costume Mario is using or enemy that is facing. So that's a plus.
Yeah. I love the costumes in that game. Like, I mean, I guess Mario made quite a nice spring into that open world sense with all the different costumes and then everything.
Well, poor Luigi. Mario gets to wear his costume and he gets the shaft with balloons.
I'm sure Luigi likes his new bow tie, I'm sure.
Well, it's the same one that he used for the mini games in Mario 64 DS, I think.
Did he wear a bow tie in that?
He wore it somewhere, so it was either Mario 64 DS or a Mario Kart game where he handles mini games.
I
It's not
remember the
completely
card
new.
playing, but I don't recall the green bow tie that he wears in the balloon minigame.
I'll check in the meantime.
All right. A little reminder: you can collect things, be it their coins or even gems, by throwing something at them. I don't know how the hell that works, but hey.
If it works, it works.
All right.
And if it doesn't, well,
Well,
In order to
Yeah.
get
And there's a
also
glitch in the matrix.
in order to get the second gem, you need to climb up here and fall in here and get through this hole.
How are these ice cream cones still intact?
because they are.
well,
No,
sure. What about the
Timmy.
brownies and the waffles?
I guess to be fair, Shoei, the cones don't melt as easily as the ice
Brownies
cream
and
does.
waffles at least go in the oven. You know?
True. True.
But that is actually heat, an exposure of heat in terms of usually air, or at least the resistance of the oven. Here it's hot liquid constantly going up and down. So
Which is weird. In Mario Odyssey, normally you could jump on top of those things.
well, remember, Captain Toad
They
cannot
cannot
jump for
jump.
saving
right.
his life.
So I guess what I meant is like normally you go into one of those and boom, they'll push you up there. But I'm guessing with Captain Toad, you have to pretty much get on top. Well, it makes sense.
My guess is Jova Koizumi-san noticed how useless Toad's jump was. You know what? Let's just remove the jump altogether and design the levels without jumping.
Not to
I
mention,
wouldn't call his
he-
jump completely
as
useless,
an imposed
but I can see why for Captain Toad. since
also
he
as
has
an
the
imposed
backpack.
challenging gives room for creativity in order to make levels that functions around these without even feeling, obstructive.
And I guess you could say it's what did you throw?
There we go. Remember, he threw the turnip in order to get the item with that.
Right, yeah, you can pull a peach with that.
I don't understand how the hell throwing an object at another object allows me to collect said object. But
Okay. In
If it
Mario
was like a
Odyssey.
boomerang,
Someone touches it.
Okay.
it's fine.
To be fair, in Mario Odyssey, it makes sense since
Oh
Cappy's pretty much a boomerang.
wow!
well,
so many
well, yeah,
levels
but
at
a
the
fucking
same time.
vegetable.
Okay, yeah, that does.
Even in some of the other games where you can get the boomerang from the boomerang bros, usually that would make more sense. Yes.
Wow, plenty more to do, and this is just one of 3 books of DLC, isn't it?
No, it's just a book. It's just one book.
I thought there was like 3 different sections to it.
I
unless
don't
I'm
remember
thinking
Java
something else.
specifically, but I remember that they specifically stated that this was in the
It's a special DLC episode, and each episode it's episode is a book.
Yes. Oh, yes, now I remember. There were 3 DLC special episodes, I believe.
Not that I've seen so far. There's only one available right now in the eShop.
I'm checking in the meantime, Joe, but continue in the meantime.
All I know is, like, at some point we saw, like, 3 different sections of something in the DLC.
No, it was showing 3 things: the co-op mechanic, this new package, and something else. I don't
Do you
remember.
mean the free books on the start screen?
Yeah, those.
Those include the original books.
Yep.
Which means basically Java, the normal game, the Switch exclusive levels based on Odyssey and this.
Yep.
Wait. Oh, that's right. So the actual normal game on here includes like the levels from the original game as well.
Yeah.
Although weirdly enough, though, if you want to see the original ending, you gotta play the Wii U version, I think.
Yeah. The original Wii U version actually makes it so that this is the prequel to 3D World. Oh, sorry. Well,
Yeah, prequel to 3D World. But
Yeah,
this
yeah.
version,
this version, on
It's
the other
instead
hand,
to Odyssey.
it's a prequel to Odyssey. Yeah.
which I guess explains where they found all those stars that they give to you anyway. Or I'm sorry, moon shards.
Yeah. This has been Captain Toad's thing since the Galaxy One.
Also, Java, as Cappy said, the easy cop-out with Nintendo had is that moonshards come in different flavors.
Yep, which it means that they're actually the power stars in 64, which
And
means
the moonshine sprites for sunshine.
which means holy cow, that means deepest lore. We were collecting moon shards of all things in the original Mario 64. Ain't that a trip?
Here we go. Yeah, I know. I'm thinking it's a bit too far. Anyway, Joe, I checked. It states only this particular DLC.
Yeah, I think sure I cleared up what those 3 books
I mean,
were.
besides, I think at this point, the best course of action for next will be an actual sequel. Like I said, I can totally see this becoming a sub-series on its own between one major Mario 3D game and the other.
I guess that depends. Are we going to get... yeah, at this point, we're probably going to get a Mario Odyssey 2 rather than Odyssey DLC.
Yeah, it's been way too long, actually, since the last update.
Hey, you know what they say?
Damn
The
it.
more the merrier. I mean, hey, look. Mario Odyssey is officially my favorite Mario gameplay style, like, at all. Like, it's nice open world, but it still has those nice linear paths if you want to go through them well. Also, the whole taking over opponents thing is amazing.
It removes completely the need of power-ups, so yeah.
Yeah. I will say this, yeah, the T-Rex is my favorite.
I was
Of
going to say that
course.
kind of sells it.
Yeah. It really does.
Not to mention, they can get pretty creative with them, depending on the situations.
I cannot tell you how cathartic it was getting to take over a charging Chuck and a hammer, bro. So you like it now. I'm looking forward to recording that game for the channel, actually.
Oh, how do you get there up there? Damn it.
Go around?
Oh, there you go.
Like
There
this.
you go.
And it's right here.
Child's play.
But you need to get also the other moves.
The other gems, you mean?
Sorry, gems. My force of habit.
We have to collect the gems to destroy Cortex's space station.
We only collect moons in the Mario Odyssey levels too.
Yeah. Oh well. So I guess the real challenge of this level is getting all the crowns in time and the gems.
There we go.
Only use the switches 4 times. Yeah, sure.
Ah, cute. Boo spotting at Shy Guy Heights.
Yes. These damn boos.
They're persistent.
What
I'll
are
give
they
them
even
that.
spirits of? I'm pretty sure there is actually a Mario spin-off game that has like a throwaway line says, "Oh, we're the spirits of this."
I'm guessing
I think
they're the
Luigi's
ghosts.
Mansion. Well, Luigi's Mansion does go to establish the origins of them and other ghosts too.
Considering they even the pale face and everything, and that statue that actually reminds me, maybe they are the trinity of the Shy Guys.
Oh boy, we're going into the Mason the Shining now. Ghosts everywhere.
Well, at least it's not super cold, so.
Sure, yeah, you'd hate to freeze to death.
All right. Like everybody else said, this is...
Although, Jovan, unless it's... Oh, you even leave footprints behind. How cute. Although, Jova, maybe this is actually the Shining Maze from the mini-series, which means the garden statues actually will come to life with terrible CGI.
I wonder. Also, it's going a bit Pac-Man now on us.
Pretty sure that was intentional.
We're in a maze.
I mean,
with ghosts.
at least Namco isn't doing that much with Pac-Man these days, aside from re-releases.
Yeah,
so why
I was
not?
about to see
Well,
what
okay. I'll admit, Pac-Man Championship Edition 2 is pretty sweet.
Oh no! I commend Namco for actually giving quality to the re-releases of Pac-Man throughout the years, constantly for every new system. But the problem is that that's really much it. Their last major attempt at a new Pac-Man game was with the Ghostly Adventures 2 games, and those were.
Yeah, Pedro, I was imagining what Toad's line of thought was then.
Okay, if I hide behind this wall, the boos won't see me. Oh no, they're ghosts.
Remind me though, did Pac-Man Championship Edition 2 come out before or after Ghostly Adventures?
I think after, yeah.
Oh, okay, because here's the thing. Championship Edition 2 is actually not just a re-release of Pac-Man, but it's actually got new courses and actually has boss fights in them.
Huh.
Yeah, Pac-Man's
And it's got
the
a
only...
killer soundtrack. Yeah, you know, that's actually a good idea. Someday I'll record that for the channel because I think there's even a campaign for it.
Pac-Man's like the only Bamco series that I play for more than like 5 minutes at a time, and even
I
then,
can see why.
How
Namco
about
Bandai have a
Tekken?
lot of.
yeah. Also,
Dweebs,
yes,
how about Tekken? Didn't you play it a bit at least?
the PS1 games, but that was years ago. Also, yeah, that just reminds me of something. I don't care how ridiculous it sounds. I want a Pac-Man X Ace Combat crossover.
I'm not sure that's happening. I mean, maybe as a skin to put on.
Wow, okay.
Oh Jesus!
Oh, dang, that was
Dick
dickish.
move.
Well, that's typical for Booze.
Probably it's like a DLC or something.
No, like a sticker to put on your plane, Dweebs. Usually, when it comes to Pac-Man Easter eggs, Namco Bandai usually puts them in that kind of forms, like on Klonoa's hat.
Oh yeah, Klonoa. Still hanging in there, buddy.
Sorry, Jova, we're trying to pretend he doesn't exist anymore.
Klonoa, that series that is known by
absolutely
few.
exists.
Klonoa, known by few, loved by that few, I guess.
And that's the problem with the Banco's behavior with Klonoa is very erratic.
Sometimes they'll act like they want to make a new Klonoa. Most
Other
times
times
they'll
they
act
don't
like,
care. Like the GBA games were almost entirely not localized. The first game was remade. There was a remake of the first game, but only for the Wii for some reason, instead of like say also the PS2. And after that, pretty much silence. I'm pretty sure the last major appearance video game wise of Klonoa was in Namco Cross Capcom, and that's saying a lot.
yeah.
Yes, Pedro?
Well, by 2008, the PS2 was practically dead, so
I suppose.
Not quite. The PS2 is still around.
Even so, how about the PS3 as well? Well, no, okay. Early years PS3, I rest my argument.
Okay. Here's the deal. It's like, well, the PS2 is still around, and yeah, it's like you mentioned, Theo. That's partially because the PS3's earlier years were terrible.
Yep.
Yeah, I guess.
Like, I mean, the PS2 was still alive and kicking. I mean, look, there's a reason that production of that thing didn't stop until way later than most people would have expected.
2013, I think it was.
Yeah.
Besides, Jova, like basically my top two favorite PS2 games that I played, that nowadays are in different systems, but back in the day were PS2 exclusive, are Final Fantasy XII and Rogue Galaxy, and those were released at the end of the cycle of the system. So
that was 2006, though. 2006 was the year where the PS3 came out. So obviously, it was the final transitional year. 2008, on the other hand, that was already 2 years into the new generation. So obviously, by that point, I mean, yeah, we did get.
The deal is that the PS2 was still kind of alive in the sense that it was still getting games out. Yay!
The only major PS2 release in 2008 that I can think of is the localization of Regiment Memories. And I guess you can also consider the Sonic Unleashed, because Sonic Unleashed did get a PS2 version for reasons that I've yet to understand.
Not even that, if I recall correctly, Regiment of Memories, the PS2 version of Regiment of Memories also was released only in America, if I recall. Not even Europe got it.
Yeah, it was exclusive to the US, and it's how I actually got through that game at the time.
Funny enough, Toby.
That's one of the big reasons for why Nomura wanted to make the HD collections.
It was also kind of I had made on a budget because the lip sync was not altered for the English dub, so you get weird scenes.
Yeah, funnily enough, Joe. It was to the point where like FIFA 40 was released on PS2 as well as everything else that was out.
Sleep Panel Panic in the next part, I guess.
Exactly. All right, see you in the next part.
Done.
See ya.